What up, what up, what up? This your boy Yayo Badass. On his preview on Michigan versus Michigan State. Let's get started. Michigan is what? 6-2, I think, or 6-1, something like that. No, yeah, I think they 6-1, and Michigan State is 4-2. It's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game, and why it's gonna be a tough game? Because for one, it's a rival. That's number one. Two, Michigan and Michigan State got good defense, so it's gonna come down to the wire. But I feel like whoever who coached their team better will win this game. It's just that simple. I feel it's just that whoever get the less penalties, whoever get the less turnover will win this game. As far as Michigan State goes, if they could get a run game going real good, I think they got a better chance of winning. If they could get 3 of their top receiver back tomorrow, I believe Michigan State would dominate. Will beat the fuck out of Michigan, period. Me personally, I think Michigan State is just a better team. It's a lot of eyes on Michigan saying Michigan gonna beat State. And everybody doubting Michigan State, which I found that being very disrespectful. Y'all seen what happened. Y'all doubt Michigan State against Penn State. Y'all seen what happened, which I'm about to drop a video on that soon. But anyway, y'all seen what happened. We whooped their ass. We came back and we pulled an upset. Without a strong running game, we ran the ball decent, all right, I guess you could say, and we did not have our top 4 on wide receiver. We had only 1 out of the 4, so 3 of them was injured in the Penn State game, and we still won. So why would you disrespect Michigan State like that, saying they just gonna flat out lose? Nah, I think don't be surprised if this game even go overtime. I wouldn't be even surprised at all, because I honestly believe it can. Michigan State put an upset last year against Michigan, 14-10. The rain, and we might get some rain. So Michigan got a better advantage because State right now don't have a run game because LJ Scott is injured. Well, I guess they best running back. Well, you could say far as leaders, one of their best leader, or if not the best leader, is injured, and I don't know if he gonna play. I thought he was gonna play after the bye week. He was gonna be back after the bye week, and he's not. So therefore, I don't know. But Lewerke is just, I'm not too worried about him, but I do got a little concern about him holding on the ball too long. But Lewerke, he could run. So I mean, just because we don't have our top running back, that don't mean we can't get nothing from Lewerke. Because one thing I could say about Lewerke, he would run the shit out that ball. He was definitely running the shit out that ball. So it's gonna come down to whoever wanted more. Whoever wanted more and whoever played the smartest. Period. And that's what exactly gonna come down to. Whoever wanted more, whoever played the smartest, and what coach gonna coach their team better. Whoever coached their team better and play better, play smarter, all that good stuff, will win. And I think, honestly, I'm thinking Michigan State is gonna win this game. I think so. I think And one of the reasons why I think because we got home home advantage. If you come to Michigan State, it's just not gonna be an easy walkthrough. It's not. When they crowd, if you can't get them, they crowd out of it early in the game, it's a done deal. And that's the only way you really could beat Michigan State. You gotta get them, they they crowd out of it. If you can't get they crowd out of it early and keep your foot on the gas, you're not gonna beat Michigan State. I don't care who you are, how good your coach is. You gotta keep your foot on the gas. Period. If you get that crowd out of it early, you gotta keep doing that for the whole 60 minutes. You can't do it for the first half or the first 3/4 and play shitty as hell in the fourth quarter and then come back and take the lead and take the game. You can't do that with Michigan State. You cannot. Far as point, I think I don't know what it is gonna be, but I feel like it's gonna come down to a field goal. I feel like it's like this. I think it's gonna be a tight game throughout the whole situation, throughout the whole game. I don't think nobody gonna really jump out in the big lead, or let's just. Only way I say they probably jump out the big lead is if Michigan State just start running the ball constantly, running the ball. Michigan not scoring at all. We stopping them on third down, getting a lot of turnover. That's the only way I see. We blowing Michigan out or jumping into the big league. I don't think Michigan State would blow out Michigan, even though I don't like Michigan. I don't think so at all. I don't think that at all. But I think it's gonna come down to the fourth quarter. Whoever I feel like it's gonna be a real tight game, and that field goal is gonna probably decide if it's gonna come down to a field goal type of situation. It's gonna come down to who won it more. That field goal either gonna decide it's gonna be overtime or they're gonna take the lead. I think it's gonna come down to that. I really do. I think it's gonna come down to the fourth quarter. And like I said before, don't be surprised if this go overtime. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I think I'm kind of honestly expecting it to go overtime. And see whoever wins, I guess. But I feel like if Michigan State can't lose this game. They can't lose. It's a must win for both teams and I say that because it's like it's almost automatic. Ohio is in the Big Ten championship game. The Fuckeyes, I should say. They great. They a good team. Even though I don't like the Fuckeyes, I should say. Even though I don't like them, they still a great team. I'm gonna still give them credit when credit due. They got a great coaching staff over there. So, you could just say they almost automatic, just in it. Like, who could really beat Michigan? Who could really beat Ohio? It's like it's just they beat any team. Any team is beatable, but it's almost like they not beatable. They just that good. It is what it is. There's no dick sucking, none of that. It is what it is. But so it's a must win for both teams. If Michigan lose, you could say they automatically is out because they not beating Ohio. They not. I'm just gonna say it. They not gonna beat Ohio. And I think it's gonna come if State win, it's gonna come down to Ohio versus Michigan. State versus Ohio. That's it. Period. State versus Ohio. If Riverend lose this game, it's a done deal. I don't see them beating Ohio or not. I just don't. It's gonna come down to Michigan State versus Ohio, and which it's gonna be a very tough game with that situation because Michigan State is home, and I think they gonna win this game because they want to make a big. I think they're gonna win in a big way because they got blown the fuck out last year. I think it was like 3-41 type shit or 48, some shit like that. It was 40 something to 3. Like what the fuck? It got to the point when I knew that we lost in the first quarter. Like just how shitty they was playing. I'm like, I'm about to turn the TV. I didn't even watch the game. I knew that we was gonna lose, and I looked at the thing. It was like the highlights or whatnot, and I was looking at, and we played shitty. Like so, I think we coming back for revenge on that. I think Michigan's. It's gonna be a good game. Ohio versus Michigan State. It's gonna be a great game. But I think Michigan State gonna make a big statement in that game. Like I think they really gonna make a big statement. I wouldn't be surprised if Michigan State just go nuts in that game, like just blow them the fuck out type. Try to damn them blow them out. I wouldn't be surprised if Michigan State get Ohio their first loss, and I think that's what it's gonna come down to. I think they gonna win every game but one game, and that's the Michigan State. I think Michigan State just gonna play much better than what they did last year. Like I said, if we have a run game by then, if we have a run game by then, if we have a run game by then, it's a done deal. If we got our top 3 receiver back, it's a done deal. Michigan just that much bigger a threat. So, but anyway, back on the Michigan versus Michigan State game. Yeah, hopefully we get back our top 3 receiver and AJ, LJ. I mean, if we get them back, I think it's gonna be a heated game. Don't be surprised if somebody get thrown out the game because it's a rival. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I think it's gonna come down to the last wire though. I think it's gonna come down because it's like I said, it's a must win for both teams. If Michigan State lose, they out the Big Ten. They can't lose no more. They gotta win the rest of their division. And I felt like Northwestern. They lost Northwestern. I felt like Northwestern was a big game. Penn State was a big game. Ohio is a big game. And Michigan is a big game. They lost the Northwestern game already, so they couldn't lose the Penn State game. They could not lose that game. So they lost that game. They won that game. Now, if they win this game, I think they play Ohio in another 2-3 weeks. I think from that point on, like, say it's 3 weeks, I think we could beat them 2 teams before Ohio. Because we play Maryland. I think we played Maryland, Wisconsin. Wisconsin sucked ass this year, by the way. So I know we're gonna beat Wisconsin. Maryland we gonna beat, and we play Rexter, whatever that school name. We always beat them. So the very last game, I know we're gonna blow them out. I'm not worried about them. I'm not even worried about Maryland, honestly, to be honest. But that don't mean they can't lose, cause any game don't mean you're just gonna win just because you're a better team than them. Sometimes the weaker team beat the better team. And I felt like Michigan State is better than Northwestern, and we lost them 2 years in a row, 3 years in a row, something like that. And that last loss against Northwestern, I simply blame the coaching on that last play. He should told Luke Workey to switch the play because it was a blitz coming, and they didn't. So I blame Dan Antonio, the quarterback coach / offensive coordinator, or however that go in college. But I blame them why we lost that Northwestern game. But anyway, I'm trying to figure out what the score gonna be like. I don't know. I say probably like 21-24 maybe. I do think Michigan State gonna win. I think somebody gonna win by a field goal. I think it's gonna be a tight game, a real tight game. I think somebody. I don't think it's gonna be by double digit or nothing like that. I think it's somebody just gonna win by a field goal. Now, if it go overtime, that's a whole different story. But if it don't go overtime, I think whoever have the last possession will definitely win by a field goal. Who it's gonna come down to a field goal, and yeah, it's just you gotta prepare for everything. But it's gonna be a dog game, and I just can't wait. Go green.